What's up? I'm back. Yo, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who watched the first couple videos. They did numbers. And already the love is crazy, man. I never felt like being a part of a group so much. People like that you're doing this, and I appreciate that, man, from the bottom of my heart. I did go out and buy a mic. I got it wired kind of stupid. I'm trying to figure out the best way to keep it from being distracting. As the first video, I understand a couple people felt like they couldn't hear me, but I'm naturally a soft-spoken person. I don't talk very loud. Like the title of this video says, I want to tell you guys what McDonald's taught me. So I was going to do a whole video about how I got to this point, and maybe I still will one day, but I want to talk about the period of my life where I worked at McDonald's. Taking it back to when I was in college, probably my sophomore year or something like that. I went to a McDonald's one day. I was broke, so I got my little cheeseburger and fries and water cup, and I saw this stand and it said, a new McDonald's coming down the street, apply today. So I picked up the form, I filled it out, they called me for an interview, got the job on the spot pretty much, and I started like the next couple days. Now for the first few months, like anything, it was exciting, it was fun, I was making money, I was making a few $100s a week. For a college student, I felt like a millionaire at this point. And then I started to learn everything in there. I wanted to know everything. Learned to register, that was cool. Jumped on the table, that was cool. By the table, I mean jumped in the kitchen and started making burgers. And then I learned drive-through, and then I started to learn the process of McDonald's, how everything worked. I knew that when you press the button on the screen, it would go up, and then the people in the kitchen would start making it. Simple enough, I know, but I learned all the ins and outs of McDonald's, the whole company. And I started to see things differently. I started to see things before they happened in there. It was weird. However, a few months in, like anything, it started to get old, and I was like, I hate this place. I realized that. I was like, I hate this place. But I stayed there. So December 2013 is when I graduated from college, and that was the same time that they sent me to the management class at McDonald's. So I was like, okay, I feel a little better now. Me whining and complaining for so long that I should have been a manager. I felt pretty good at the fact that I was gonna be a manager. But I was a little embarrassed by the fact that I had this college degree and I was working at McDonald's. It sucked. I started to look around and see that my GM even, she didn't have a college degree. She hadn't planned on getting one. And she had only been working at McDonald's for a year before she was promoted to being the GM. I was like, what? To make things even worse, she really didn't know the things that I knew. I started to feel like, man, this is just stupid, but I stayed. Once I got the management title, I already felt like a manager because I knew everything in there. It also felt like a babysitter. The way it went was, if you worked after 4 o'clock at McDonald's, that's when the college students come, the high school kids work. They don't care. They're there to pay a cell phone bill, buy the new J's, not have to ask their parents for money to eat. Now, if you worked in the morning, that's when the adults work, the adults. They pretty much were like, I got bills to pay, I got kids to feed, I have to work hard. I was on the night shift for a while, then I moved to mornings. I was working 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it sucked so bad. So I still stayed. So all in all, I worked at McDonald's for about 2.5 years. And then I started to realize, you know what? I hate this. I hate having to clock in. I hate having to work on somebody else's time. I hate having to work so hard for $9 an hour. $9 an hour. And you just think, all the things you deal with in an hour at McDonald's, all the things that could go wrong, and you're only making $9, right? I've literally made 40,000 cheeseburgers in an hour, but I can only buy 9 of those cheeseburgers. Doesn't make sense, right? But I still stayed. I got to the point where I just got sick and tired of McDonald's and I quit. January 20th of 2015, I quit McDonald's. 2.5 years from when I started, I quit McDonald's. But I will say this, McDonald's has taught me so much. Not how to make a burger or how to work a register. It taught me how to deal with people. I used to get yelled at all the time. Everybody wants to speak to the manager. No matter what's happening, they want to speak to the manager. And I would just stand there and look at people like, okay. So you want fresh fries? Gotcha. But that taught me that instead of opening my mouth to say something all the time, to just listen and understand what people want and give them what they want. Come to some sort of compromise. It also taught me how to be polite. And it taught me how to understand that when I go somewhere, I don't have to be rude to people all the time. Things are out of their control. Like, people would get upset with me because the ice cream machine was broken at McDonald's. Everybody knows, every time you go to McDonald's, the ice cream machine is broken. What the person who was yelling at me didn't realize is I'm at the bottom of the totem. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. But I'm gonna listen to what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And how can I make this better for you? I can't give you ice cream, but here, let me give you a meal. There you go. I do apologize, and hopefully it's up the next time you come. That taught me that. It taught me a lot about customer service. So now when I go somewhere, I hate bad customer service. I hate shopping at Walmart. Walmart is the last place I want to go. I will spend an extra $1 or $2 to get ketchup from like Walgreens before I want to go to Walmart. The people there are underpaid, which makes them rude, and which they just don't care. And I get that. I've been there before, but you don't have to be rude to people. That's what McDonald's taught me. I believe that everyone, I don't care who you are or where you come from, you should have to work at least 6 months in fast food. 6 months. I guarantee you will treat people totally different. Once you work that 6 months, it will humble the heck out of you. You will understand that things are out of my control sometimes. I can't control every aspect of this building. I also, whenever I go somewhere, I say please and I say thank you. Even if the person is being rude to me, I say please, thank you, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I don't care how old you are. Yes ma'am, no ma'am. I was in Walmart the other day. I got a money order. And the guy standing up there, he was the only guy working. And the line was long. It was a Friday. The line was long as heck. People trying to get their checks cashed, pick up money orders, all this stuff. He was pissed off. So he's not even telling people, hey, I'll take the next person in line. Nothing like that. He's just looking, hoping you'll come at some point. Probably about 2 or 3 people ahead of me. And you know, he doesn't even make eye contact with these people, nothing. Those people go ahead, then it's my turn. I walk up to the counter. He says, how may I help you? I said, hey, how are you today? And he goes, I don't know. I really don't. It's tough. Today's a tough day. I say, yeah, man, I've been there. I understand. Then I go, I just need a money order, yada, yada. He says, hey, is it cold outside? I'm like, yeah, it's still cold out there. It's really cold. So we leave here, make sure you got a coat on. And we just had a conversation. He hadn't talked to anyone else that came up there. But he talked to me because I shared an interest in him. And then he laughed a little bit. Then he gave me the stuff. He gave me the money order. And I took it from him. I smiled at him. I said, you have a good day. And he's like, I'll try. You too. I walked away. And then something crazy happened, right? He says, hey, can I take the next person in line, please? Crazy, right? That's what McDonald's taught me. Right? Just be nice to people. And I want to leave you with a couple things. If you're in a situation right now where your job sucks, I mean, you hate it, take everything that you can from that situation. Take it all in. Soak it all in. You might not understand right now, but it's setting you up for something bigger. if you're willing to make the change. It's all up to you. I complained for 2.5 years before I did something about McDonald's. So I know the customer service aspect of barbering, I'm gonna have that down pat. If I suck at cutting hair, I'm gonna have A1 customer service. And that's what it's about. So this right here, I'm never ever getting rid of this. I don't know if you can see this. This is my name tag from McDonald's. Never getting rid of it. Because I want to thank McDonald's for everything that you taught me. The job sucked, but you taught me a lot. All right, until next time, man, I'll see y'all. Make sure you subscribe. You subscribe to the channel, you're gonna get to see my journey, and you're gonna get to see a whole bunch of other stuff, man. It's gonna be great. If you like the video, put a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, don't put a thumbs down. Tell me why you don't like it. Was it too long, too short? You can't hear me? Let me know. I can only get better. All right, over and out.